Hi there, everyone. Welcome to Broadband Deployment News. Today, I'm going to be talking about the FCC. They're making available some office hours for their Affordable Connectivity Grant Program. So if that's something, if you're a city, a state, government, tribal entity, or others that are working on the Affordable Connectivity Program, trying to help people find out about that and get signed up for that, then this is for you. Be right back and we'll talk about it. Thanks for joining me. Rick Husey here with Corm for Broadband Deployment News. So I just want to make sure that you were aware of this. Again, if you are an eligible entity for this, and I pulled it up from the Notice of Funding Opportunity for these Affordable Connectivity Grant programs. There's a couple of different programs. The first NOFO went out about, not the pilot programs, but the initial one. And you can see here who the eligible applicants are. So if you are a state government, or subdivision, U.S. territory government, local governments like cities, municipalities, those kinds of things, townships, tribal governments, public housing agencies. You can see here the list: social service, tribal designated housing, social service providers, education organizations, nonprofits, public service, etc., and consortia of any of these. So I will post to a page where you can download this NOFO and other information, which I'm going to look at right now. But these would be eligible entities that can get grant funds to help promote the Affordable Connectivity Program. That's a program that provides a government-funded subsidy to internet service providers so they can provide a discount to broadband customers in their area that would qualify for low-income kinds of programs. So there's about 15 million people now signed up for the ACP. There was $14.2 billion that was allocated for the ACP back in the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act. So there is money out there available. It's not going to last forever. It's maybe going to last a year and a half, but there is money out there now for people who are low income to be able to sign up and get these funds. And if that program is extended or made permanent at some point, then that will be an ongoing thing. But in any event, there's money now available for folks that are having difficulty affording broadband. And this provides, again, a discount, either $30 for most people or $75 per month if you're again, a low-income person who qualifies on tribal lands. So I just wanted to quickly show this here again, that these office hours are available because you've got to fill out an application to do this. So if you are an eligible entity, you will have to fill out the application, and there are these office hours where you can go ahead and talk to watch this presentation and ask questions of the FCC. So that's the note I was just looking at. So this is the page on the program. So you see here, Affordable Connectivity Outreach Grant Program. There's a lot of information on here, including a link to the Notice of Funding Opportunity that I was just looking at. This came out on November 10th. And I did a video about that shortly after. So I will go ahead and post a link to that video as well at the end of this broadcast. I'll put those links in the comment section and I'll pin those there. So you can see you've got application deadlines here, January 9th, 2023 for this. And they're anticipating awarding that on March 10th. And then down here, you see the office hours. So there's one that's already passed. So I didn't get a chance to do this prior to December 1st office hours, but they're going to be holding these office hours December 16th now and January 4th. And that's from 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. And then there's a link where you can register here. So again, I will link to this page. And this is for the Outreach Grant Program. There are two other programs that are pilot programs. You see those Affordable Connectivity Outreach Grant Program, pilot program grants. There's the Your Home, Your Internet Pilot Program Outreach Grant, and there's the ACP Navigator Pilot Program Outreach Grant. And this first one is really more for like housing, people that are in federal housing that can take advantage of the ACP. And then this other pilot program is for everyone else, I believe. So, and the pilot part of it, I believe, means that this is really, the difference here is, I believe for the traditional grant programs, that again, there's a NOFO for that. I believe those are for, again, cities, municipalities, et cetera, to promote the ACP in their communities and others, right? I think these pilot programs are meant for specifically for people that would be promoting it would be helping people sign up. So in other words, actually piloting or guiding somebody through the application process, not just promoting it and getting people interested in it, but actually helping people to sign up for it. So there was a NOFO that came out on that recently too that you can check out on this page. You'll see here different releases, and you'll see that the NOFO for that pilot outreach grant programs came out the other day. There's some FAQs on that. There's some FAQs. These are all the pilot things that have come out recently. Then you've got the ACP Outreach Grant Program Informational Webinar. So there's a webinar that was pre-recorded that you can check out there. And again, there's another link to the NOFO for that. NOFO fact sheet. So there's lots of information in here if you're interested. But again, I want to make sure everybody was aware of this, of these particular office hour dates. And this is, what am I looking at here? This is the, let's see, this I already looked at. So these are the eligible entities. I already looked at that. These are the eligible entities for the outreach grant program that the office hours are available for. And they may possibly do office hours for the pilot programs as well. There may be an announcement for that. But again, the upcoming dates are December 16th and January 4th. And again, click here to register. So I will link to all of this here in just a moment when I'm done. So just want to make sure that you're aware of that. Again, this would be applicable to cities, states, others that are, again, this big long list here of people that are eligible. Now, who is not eligible for? Ineligible entities, basically broadband provider. So if you are a broadband provider, I'm not actually showing my screen on that. So if you're a broadband provider, you see ineligible entities. Broadband provider is ineligible, or a subsidiary of any entity which is a broadband provider, directly or indirectly. So the reason, if you are a broadband provider not watching this, the reason you're not eligible is because you would be benefiting from anybody who signs up from the ACP, so they don't want broadband operators out there trying to assist people. Well, I shouldn't say that. They don't want to provide funds to broadband providers to do this, because they want to make sure that people can choose who they want as their broadband operator. Now, you certainly are free to, and they want you to publicize the fact that you offer the ACP. So that's no problem. They're perfectly fine if somebody has questions about signing up to the ACP, that you can answer those questions for them, no problem there. They just don't want broadband operators to be getting grant funds to do this, because you're not a neutral party. So that's the reason for that. And you need to be careful too, because while they're okay with you signing people up and helping people to get signed up, they want to make sure that you are making sure that the people who are signing up are eligible for these programs, meaning that they qualify for some low-income program. It could even be a low-income program that you have, but it needs to be based on reality. And you cannot sign somebody up you cannot sign up one subscriber based on another subscriber's code, to do that, because there are some ISPs that have done that, and the FCC is right now looking into that, and will probably be fining ISPs that have taken that shortcut. So when you sign up somebody for the ACP, you need to make sure that they're qualified and kind of go through that process of getting that qualification information from them before you actually provide the service and get the subsidy. So make sure you don't do that if you're a broadband operator. But you're not eligible for these grants, but the ACP is good for you, again, because you're able to offer broadband service to people who otherwise might not be able to afford it by providing this government subsidy. So if you're not signed up for the ACP, make sure that you look into that as well. And I've done several broadcasts on the ACP and how to get into that. So hopefully that will help. So thanks for joining me. Next time I'm going to be live is next Tuesday, because I'm going to be out for a few days, unable to do the broadband deployment streams. But next Tuesday, I'll be back for Tech Tuesday at 3 o'clock. I'll be talking again with Jason Young, who's our VP of Customer Care Services. And we're going through a series on best practices for broadband call centers. So if you are thinking about setting up your own broadband call center because you are a broadband provider and getting into the business, we can help you with that. Or if you need to expand and have those kinds of questions, make sure that you join us. If you're interested in outsourcing that because it's not something you want to take on, we can do that for you. So check us out. You can see our website and our email address there and our phone number. But I'll be back next Tuesday for that at 3 o'clock. So if you're not subscribed, click the subscribe button, click the little bell to be notified when I'm live, and you'll get a notification on that. And thanks for joining me. If this was helpful, give me a like on the video. I appreciate it. Again, I'll post some resources about what I quickly talked about today at the end of this video in the comments section. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.